This is clay. It's really squishy. It's a little bit like Play-Doh that you may have used before, but from the earth. It's a natural material, comes from the earth, and when it dries, it takes a couple days for it to dry. When it dries, it looks like this, but it breaks super easy. We would not want to take this home when it breaks like that, so we put it in the kiln. The kiln is like a super hot oven, and it turns the clay hard, and it turns it white. Look, it does its little magic trick. It changes colors. The kiln gets up to about 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Your oven at home gets up to about 500 degrees. So it gets super hot, and it basically, what it does is it sucks all the water. It doesn't look like there's water in there, but there is. It takes it all out, and then it turns it into a hard clay. And then when you're done, you can paint it. This is what it looks like when it's painted. Today we're going to be making a clay rattle. Listen. You hear it shaking? Mine is in the shape of a chicken. You don't have to make yours in the shape of a chicken. I'm going to show you some examples of some different things you can make. You can make it with textures on it, or you can make different animal shapes. So what you're going to do, you're going to have your clay, and you're going to break your clay into two pieces. Just break it apart. Just right where you're sitting, just practice doing that right now. Pretend like you're breaking it. Now, right where you're sitting, take your thumb and your fingers and go like this, like an alligator mouth. We're going to use our alligator mouth to make what we call a pinch pot. First, you take your clay and you roll it, only for a couple seconds. It doesn't have to be perfect. A circle that is three-dimensional, that can stand up by itself or roll, we call a sphere. So you're going to take your sphere, you're going to push your thumb in, and then you're going to make your alligator bite this side. So chomp, chomp, chomp. You're going to bite and turn. It has to bite and turn, bite and turn, bite and turn. This is called a pinch pot because you're pinching it. I call it biting, but it's called pinching. Go all the way around like that. And you just put it down. Now you same thing. Quickly roll it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's enough. Take your thumb, push it in. Now you can do this part with me. You're going to chomp. Okay, so I have my 2 pinch pots here, and I'm going to have some pieces of this dry clay for you. These are going to be the rattles. Now we don't want the rattles, the reason we're using dry clay is we don't want the rattles to stick because we want to hear them. We want them, they have to be able to float free in here so they make a shaker sound, and you're going to use them in music class. Your tools is a paper clip tool, and we have to stick our clay together. Now it looks like it sticks, right? Oh, it's stuck. But what happens? Oh, it comes apart. That's what would happen if you do not score, slip, and stick. Scoring is where we take a mark, we take our paper clip, and we make these little marks in the clay. And then the slip is kind of like glue for clay. It's this water and clay mixture. You take one finger and dip it in. We do not stick our hand in. We do not stick our clay in. Whoa, about lost my little shakers there. One finger. And you go
slip
around.
And stick. Score, slip, and stick. I take my clay and I score, slip, and stick. I score my clay with a paper clip. I spread the slip with my fingertip. I squish my clay so that it will stick. Score, slip, and stick.
Actually, if you want to make it into
Score,
a little animal, you can. If you
stick.
want to keep out some little clay for ears, you can. Remember, anytime you attach clay, you have to score, slip, and stick. Let's say I want to make a little mouse. I'm going to make a mouse with some little mouse ears on here. You can make whatever you want. It doesn't have to be an animal, but it could be an animal. Just do not take really long, skinny pieces, like if you make whiskers or something, because those fall off, and I'm not going to hear it shaking in there, because right now that my mouse isn't dried enough, you're not going to hear it shaking. And you're going to very carefully shape it, but I don't want to squish it. If I squish it, then I'll smash the rattles that are inside there. And then you can take your tool and you can make some designs. I'm going to give my mouse an eye, and I'm going to give it a nose. I'm going to draw on some whiskers, but I'm not going to stick it on because I know that they'll fall off. And then if you want texture, there's different things to make texture. Texture is how something feels. I have some, these are clay rollers that you gently roll it and it makes some texture. I have some of these things here that you can squish it on You can do that to make some texture. Again, very gently. You don't want to be pounding it.